Question 4, we have the mass of rubbish recycled is given as a percentage of the total mass of rubbish produced. It's quite a complex thing to get your head around there, but we've basically got a scatter diagram. So this is the percentage of rubbish recycled measured against the population of the town. Okay, so the percentage of rubbish recycled by people living in 8 small towns was recorded, and the results for the first week of July 2005 are shown in the scatter diagram below. Complete each of the following statements below. So in July 2005, 2 of the 8 towns had the same number of people. The percentages of rubbish recycled in these 2 towns were blank and blank. So we need to look along these populations and see where there's a one with 2 dots. And as you can see, a town with 7,000 people, there's 2 entries. So we need to read that off the scale. So halfway between 0 and 20 would be 10%. And 40%. So there's our first answers, 10% and 40%. The town with the least number of people had set a target of recycling 45% of rubbish for July 2005. This small town beat the target by blank. So we need to look for the least number of people. So the town with the least number of people, there's no one there for 1,000, but we have an entry for 2,000. They achieved a recycling rate of halfway between 40 and 60, which is 50%. Well, if they were targeted 45%, they beat their target by 5%. For the second part of Part A, it says, explain why it is not reasonable to use this data to estimate the percentage of rubbish recycled in a town of 9,000 people. Well, for this, if you look at the data, our data only goes up to 8,000. So with scatter diagrams, they like to ask this question. The easiest answer to give is something along the lines of it's outside the range of data collected. Anything to like that would be acceptable, or we've only got data between 2,000 and 7,000, or the data stops at 7,000, or you could even say that there's no correlation, because if you look at the graph, there's no sort of readable pattern from that, or from the scatter graph. So any of those statements would be acceptable. For Part B, it says, in 2016, Mereward Town Council recorded the total mass of rubbish recycled. Of this total, 130,230 tonnes was paper and cardboard. This amount of paper and cardboard was 1/4 of the total mass of rubbish. So calculate the total mass of rubbish. So basically, I've drawn this little pie here to help us imagine this. We know that 1/4 of the rubbish recycled, being paper and cardboard, is equal to 130,000. So 1/4 is 130,230 tonnes. We need to know what the whole pie chart would equal. So if 1/4 is that, then 4 of those quarters would give us our total amount. So you just need to do a big multiplication there, which should give you an answer of 520,920 tonnes.